Hey all. So I want to kind of show off my little quiz game that I made to spell and learn about the four different types of triads. So it's a Triad Quiz Game. It's free. You know, it's just a little tool that I use. It's kind of like a flashcard generator, and it's pretty simple. And other people have said, "Oh yeah, make it so that it can do this, that, and that," with a lot of fancy bells and whistles. But in the end, it's just harder to program, and this is basically like a little computerized flash deck. So basically, the game helps you learn to practice identifying the four chord types of triads, um, and it has some instructions on how to use it. So if you click on that button and take a look at the instructions, you can select various types of options, and I'll show those in a minute. And there's some keyboard shortcuts for spacebar to reveal the answer, and then you mark it as correct or wrong. And you have to, not cheat. You just say, "Oh yeah, I got it right," and then you just click it. But if you got it wrong and you click the answer is wrong, then it puts a little list of the wrong answers you've made, and then tries to give it to you again randomly later. And you keep doing that until you get them all right, and then it shows you how many you got right, how many you got wrong, and how many times you got that wrong. So if you click on the triad selections options, you can choose the different triad types to explore, which are the major, the minor, the diminished, and the augmented. I don't have sus2 or sus4s on here or anything like that because those aren't actual tertian harmony. So they're not considered strictly to be tertian triads. And then I have the various selections. So I'll just choose, say, major and minor for now, and I'll turn off the diminished and augmented. And then the root inversions, or the various inversions. So there's the root position, which is the 1, 3, 5. And then the first inversion, which you put the third in the bass. So it's a 3, 5, 1. And then second inversion is you put the fifth in the bass, so it'd be 5, 1, 3. And then I have an option for spread or open chord voicings, where you can put the root note of the third or the fifth or the root in the bass, but the permutations of what comes next, is it 3, 5, 1 or is it 3, 1, 5? If it's 3, 1, 5, well, that's a spread voicing for the first inversion. And if you played it on piano, they would cover quite a bit of keyboard space. And so, the various notes are in different octaves. And so that's what's called an open voicing or a spread voicing. And you can do that and choose that as a selection. And then you can choose the root note accidental. So if you click on natural, then it's basically just natural notes, the A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You can add sharps and flats to it. So you can start like on an A sharp or a B flat, for instance, if you choose those guys. If I keep it in naturals right now and just choose major and minor and root inversions. Now, the last selection is select root note enharmonic options. So this allows you to choose things like theoretical enharmonics. So if I choose C sharp as a root note, so if I was to choose, sharps, that way you could start with a C sharp, and if you do a C sharp augmented, you would have basically a double sharp in there, which is a theoretical key. Also, it allows you to do such things as having like B sharps be available, except as a root note. As a root note is everything. So you can have theoretical keys and theoretical enharmonics by selecting this value here. I'll leave that off. And then another option is follow the circle of fifths enharmonics. So if I choose sharps and flats for the root note accidentals, it will choose the most common version that you'll see on the circle of fifths, so that you won't choose a key like, how if you go along the circle of fifths, some keys are preferred to show as sharp, the E, on the right hand side, and then on the circle of fourths going the other way, you'd like to have B flat shown, rather than A sharp, for instance. And that's just, to kind of keep it to more how like musicians would follow it. Or you can just turn that off. So I'll go back to naturals. I'll do major and minors. And then finally you have your select quiz modes. You can have name the chord, where you're given the various notes to try and say, hey, what is this form? Or you can spell the chord. It says spell, C major, or first inversion, etc. So I've selected these, name the chord for the first one, and we'll start the quiz. So what is the chord for B, D, and F? Well, these are all in first inversions because of my selection. So, what is this? Well, B, D, and F itself would be the B diminished. So F sharp right there. So you would say, okay, B, D, F sharp would be an augmented, which doesn't make sense. Oh, this would be a minor, because B, D sharp, F sharp would be the B diminished. So, B minor triad, root position. Here I am thinking too hard here. The point of this is you think through it, but also you can learn how to just say it quickly. So if you choose, say, I was wrong, either by hitting the comma key or just pressing the button, it says, okay, so you've missed this one time. So what is the E, G, and B? Well, E, G, B would be E minor, but it's raised on the G, so that's an E major in the root position. Yep, so you click correct. There's 11 questions remaining. C, so this right here is a C minor root position. This is a C major root position. This is a G major root position. And this right here would be a D major root position. And so, if you keep getting things wrong, you can say it's wrong, and it'll tell you how many times you've missed it. So I'm just hitting wrong here a bunch of times. So it kind of cycles back to try the missed ones again after you've tried doing the other ones. So, I was right, etc. So that's what the select quiz mode game is. You can spell the chord next, and when you select any option or change any option, you have to reset the game, or else it won't take effect. So now it's spell the chord. So spell the E major triad in root position. So E is a minor chord in the system right here. So that'd be an E, G, B, E, G sharp, B. Yep, there it is. So I got that right. That would be the B, E, G. Would be the B, E, G. So B, E sharp, G sharp. Oh, nope, screwed that up. Here I am being a little nervous. Anyways, so I would hit that was wrong. And, it's up to you to be honest with yourself. So if I go back here and choose augment, diminish, second, first inversions, and natural sharps, and the spread voicings, this is about, and the theoretical enharmonics, and I reset the game and start the quiz. There are 336 different questions to give. Name the chord here. 336. If I follow the circle fifths, that actually reduces it a bit. 192. Because you remove the theoretical keys and weird stuff. If you turn off the theoretical enharmonics and reset the game, 336 there. So let's try this and see what's going on. Let's see, what is this one? Let me reset the game and start. So what is the chord for, let me actually get rid of the sharps and the flats just to show how this works. So F, B, D. So if you go F, G, A, so it can't be F. If you go B, C, D, that might work. D, E, F, so this has to be a B, but the F is in the bass, so that would be the second inversion. So this would be the B diminished second inversion. Yep, and that is correct. So I would say I was correct. Let's try this, GBD, GAB, BCD. So that does work, and it's showing to be a major triad in the first position. That's correct. This one right here, ABC, nope, so it can't be A. D, E, F, F, G, A, so it's a D, chord of some kind, and with the fifth in the bass, and it looks to be a D minor with the fifth in the bass. Yep, so second inversion, so correct. This one right here is, let's see, can it be A flat? Well, possibly. Let's see, what did I choose? I can have only naturals, so that kind of cheats a little bit, so it can't be A. So F and D, so F, D, E, F, F, G, A, so it's a D with the fifth in the bass, so second inversion, and it looks like the A flat is down, so that would be a diminished, so be a D diminished second inversion. Spread voicing. So here's the thing right here. Usually a second inversion would be a 5-1-3. But this one right here is a 5-3-1. So a 5-3-1 would be a spread voicing. So I would say I was wrong on that one. And then we would continue on. This one right here. So you can see how it goes. It's a pretty simple functionality game, but I think it's kind of a fun thing for you guys to try and have fun with. And the link will be in the description, as they say. Anyways, have a good one.